Brought to you by GatewayCitySavers.com.
101ESPN.com presents the Redbird Report.
There's been a lot of backlash lately about the Cardinals deal that sent Ryan Ludwick to the San Diego Padres, prospects to the Cleveland Indians, also that the Cardinals could get right-handed pitcher Jake Westbrook from the Cleveland Indians. Well, I'm here to tell you that, look, I understand it's a risk, but this is a risk the Cardinals just had to take going forward. You heard General Manager John Mozeliak mention when he was talking with the media that if they did not shake something up and bring in a starting pitcher, he cannot envision this team winning and even getting to October in the first place. That is a major statement from the general manager of a baseball team. The fact he is admitting his team is not good enough to win and make it to the playoffs if something does not get changed up. But it's not just because of that. Let me tell you a few reasons why the Cardinals had to make this move and sending out Ryan Ludwick to bring in pitcher Jake Westbrook. First and foremost, you guys have to understand Ryan Ludwick was in all likelihood not going to be a St. Louis Cardinal next year. He's third-time arbitration eligible, probably going to make at least $7, maybe even $8 or $9 million next year. And with the Cardinals having to come up with a ridiculous, historic contract for Albert Pujols, they could not go with a salary in right field like that when you've got players like John Jay who are hitting very well at the major league level, Alan Craig also. So he was going to get moved anyway. So if you're going to move him in the offseason for some mid-level prospect, it's not like the Cardinals sent Ryan Ludwick to the San Diego Padres and they had to give up all these top prospects and players off their major league roster. They gave up two guys. One, a Nick Greenwood left-handed pitcher reporting to Class A Quad Cities for the Cardinals organization, who's just a mid-level guy. He doesn't project to be anything more than maybe a middle reliever. And then Corey Kluber, who was a right-handed pitching prospect that went to the Cleveland Indians. He's a decent guy. He's leading the Texas League in strikeouts, but he's not a top prospect either. He kind of projects as a back-of-the-rotation type of guy. So if the Cardinals waited until the offseason to move Ryan Ludwick, you're probably not going to get much more than a mid-level prospect. So if you're going to use that trade chip, you might as well just use it in the middle of the season when you have players like John Jay and Alan Craig ready to take over, and you can use it to get the pitcher you so desperately need. Then, the last, number one most important reason here, the Cardinals needed a pitcher. There was no way around it. If you sit here and say, okay, the Cardinals just hurt their offense and that's what's been the most inconsistent all season long, how could you deal Ryan Ludwick, which has been your main problem in hitting? First and foremost, outfield has not been the issue. They've got Matt Holliday, Colby Rasmus, John Jay, and Alan Craig. The middle infield has been the biggest problem. No matter what, even with Ludwick, there are still two guys in that middle infield, Brendan Ryan, Skip Schumacher, Felipe Lopez, whoever it has been, Tyler Green even, that has struggled. So with Ludwick, there's still going to be someone good offensively that's going to be sitting out every single game. You have to deal from a surplus to get and fill a weakness. That weakness was the starting rotation. After Chris Carpenter and Adam Wainwright, the Cardinals had two guys that you know are going to be in the starting rotation the rest of the year. Jaime Garcia, who they are going to be ultra conservative with because of his innings. He is getting into uncharted territory as far as the innings on his left arm, coming off a Tommy John surgery just really a year and a half ago. They are not going to count on him to give consistent winning performances. Do you really want Jaime Garcia pitching Game 3 of the playoffs? I don't think so. And then Kyle Loesch is going to come back very, very soon. He is also an unknown. So that's the reason they had to go out and get a number 3 type of starter, so they can not only chew up innings, but also be effective. They went after Roy Oswalt, they were unsuccessful. They went after Cliff Lee, they were unsuccessful. Jake Westbrook was the next name that they could go out and get that can come in here. He's the perfect Dave Duncan guy who gets a lot of ground balls, power sinker, and the only way to do it was to deal Ryan Ludwick, who we mentioned there's already a surplus in the outfield, and he was not going to be a St. Louis Cardinal next year because of the salary.